We've talked a lot in recent weeks about the sexual assault allegations against Conservative Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, and for a couple of years about the Me Too movement, motivated in part, of course, by the election of a Republican president who is also the subject of close to 20 allegations of sexual assault or harassment. But while Democrats are the ones expressing their outrage now and calling for the female accusers of these powerful men to be believed, their own record is far from squeaky clean. In fact, some of those senators opposing Brett Kavanaugh's nomination this week turned a blind eye to a very serious allegation against one of their own.
There was so much public pressure on him.
February 1999, US President Bill Clinton survives a Senate vote to remove him from office for perjury and obstruction of justice after lying about his sexual relationship with White House intern Monica Lewinsky.
2/3 of the senators present not having pronounced him guilty, the Senate adjudges that the respondent, William Jefferson Clinton, President of the United States, is not guilty as charged in the second article of impeachment.
I want to say again to the American people how profoundly sorry I am for what I said and did to trigger these events and the great burden they have imposed on the Congress and on the American people.
Less than 2 weeks later, another breathtaking claim.
This is Dateline Wednesday.
In 1978, then Arkansas Attorney General Bill Clinton raped businesswoman Juanita Broadrick.
Her story is that she was sexually assaulted more than 20 years ago by Bill Clinton.
Broadrick told her story to independent counsel Ken Starr, who was investigating sexual harassment claims against Clinton by another Arkansas woman, Paula Jones.
It's just humiliating what he did to me.
Broadrick, who operated a nursing home, says she volunteered to work on Clinton's first campaign for governor after he made a campaign stop there.
He was a very charismatic man that had bright ideas for our state. And I just really liked him.
Weeks later, the two arranged to meet again to discuss the campaign in the coffee shop of the Camelot Hotel in Little Rock, where Broadrick was staying for a conference. Clinton phoned her to say there were reporters everywhere in the coffee shop. He suggested they should meet in her hotel room instead.
Did you think his interest in you at the time was personal or professional?
I thought it was professional. Completely.
So you thought this was going to be a business meeting?
Yes, I did.
And it was in her hotel room that Broadrick says she was raped by Bill Clinton.
And I tried to get away from him and I told him no. I didn't want this to happen. But he wouldn't listen to me.
After the alleged attack, Broadrick didn't go to the police. Her marriage was breaking down at the time and she was in a relationship with her future second husband. It was messy, and besides, Bill Clinton was the state attorney general in charge of the police and the courts. But she told a small group of friends and her future husband what had happened. They could see the swelling and bruises where she says Clinton bit her top lip.
Before he goes out the door, he says, "You better get some ice on that." And then he turned and went out the door.
Her story was credible, detailed and consistent. There was physical evidence which she did not keep. But there were no witnesses. It was another case of he said, she said. During the Starr investigation, the FBI looked into the case and found it was inconclusive. Broadrick declined to cooperate with lawyers representing Paula Jones, saying she had no information to offer them. A week after the NBC interview, polls showed the majority of Americans thought the allegations were untrue, and 2/3 thought the media should lay off the story. Bill Clinton's approval rating was unchanged at 66%. A scandal-weary American public had made up their minds. There was no prospect of a criminal trial. It was 21 years later. In Arkansas, the statute of limitations is 6 years. And so, Broadrick's claims faded into the background until 2016.
I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the you can do anything.
Facing calls from within his own party to quit the presidential race, Trump hit back, inviting Broderick, Paula Jones and 2 other women with allegations against Bill and Hillary Clinton to be his guests at the next debate.
I'm Juanita Broderick, and I'm here to support Donald Trump. Mr. Trump may have said some bad words, but Bill Clinton raped me.
And there Juanita Broderick was again last week, claiming her case was stronger than that against Brett Kavanaugh, and that in 1999, Democrats like Dianne Feinstein and Chuck Schumer, who are supporting Kavanaugh's accuser Christine Blasey Ford now, ignored her more credible case for political reasons.
When I had such proof of my allegations, and then you see these sketchy, vague, and allegations that are falling apart by the moment that they have raised up to the highest degree. It's a double standard, and it's disgusting.
Broderick claims she saw Clinton again in 1991, just before his presidential campaign, and he apologised, saying he wasn't the same man. Clinton has publicly denied her claims, but he does say this.
I support the Me Too movement, and I think it's long overdue. And I have always tried to support it in the decisions and policies that I've advanced.